Today's recipe is gonna be something similar to a cinnamon bun, but made with butternut squash that I have baked and pureed. And it's gonna be dairy free, so I'm gonna use coconut milk and coconut oil. I'm gonna use the stand mixer, but you can also do it by hand. The last time I did it was by hand, and I made it for a friend that doesn't eat dairy. That's how this recipe came about. So first, in this type of stand mixer, which is an Ankar's room, you need to put the liquid first. I'm gonna put 2 eggs inside. Then I'm gonna add almost all the coconut milk, which is 240, but I'm gonna leave a little bit just in case you don't need so much. You can add it afterwards. You never know with flowers how they take up the milk. Right. 7 grams of instant yeast. In my case, I keep it in the freezer, sorry, and this way it keeps fresh for a longer time. And I just take out the amount that I need for the recipe. I also have half a teaspoon of salt, but I will add it when I add more ingredients so that I don't disturb the yeast. And I have 200 grams of puree, butternut squash puree. I'm gonna add this also. Right. And I'm just gonna smash the yolks a bit to be sure that they are easily mixed in. I'm not gonna add sugar to the dough because the butternut squash is pretty sweet. So I'm gonna mix it now a bit. Now that it's fairly mixed, I'm gonna add the salt and like a teaspoon of orange zest. I keep the orange zest in the fridge with some sugar, and it lasts a very long time. That's why it looks like this. But if you have fresh orange zest, you just go for it. Okay, I'm gonna mix this one also a bit and start adding flour. And it's gonna be around 600 grams of bread flour. Better to use bread flour because it will rise a bit better, because it's a very heavy dough. It's not like very soft ingredients. Now that it's quite mixed, I'm gonna pump up the speed a bit. I'm gonna try to add little by little some of the coconut milk and see how it goes. It started to come again together. We'll see how it goes. Okay, I think it's enough. I'm gonna take this out. Good, looks good. It doesn't stick so much. It is a soft dough. Keep that in mind. If you're gonna knead this by hand, well, like I did last 2 weeks ago, oh, it's not gonna be very easy. But what you can do is knead it a little bit, then leave it for half an hour and come and knead it again, because the gluten structure can also form by time. But do not leave it more than half an hour, because it will start to proof too much. Okay, I'm going to transfer this to oiled recipient, and then we will let it rise. If it's very cold in your kitchen, this dough likes really warm temperatures. What I do, I give a little bit of heat to the oven, so I just turn it on a bit, and then I see if it's like a summer temperature time inside. Then I turn it off, and then I leave my dough to proof inside the oven, turned off, until it doubles in size. Now that the entire dough is out of the other bowl, I'm just gonna wrap it a bit to get in a round shape and to oil everything. Great. Just gonna put the silicone lid on top. You can also put a wet towel, and I'm gonna put it in the fridge. No, I'm gonna put it in the oven with the temperature turned off. It doubled in size. Looks nice. In the meantime, I prepared tray. Mine is round, but you can use a rectangular one. The bottom has a diameter of 30 centimeters, which is 12 inches. And I just oiled it generously with some neutral oil. You can use coconut oil also. And now let's move this on the workbench. I'm gonna put some flour generously because the dough is a soft one. It's so soft and warm. I'm just gonna form a rectangular shape. And squeeze out the air. What I'm looking for is to be fairly uniform in thickness. I know it's probably 1 centimeter, which I don't know in inches, less than half an inch I suppose. So I think it's approximately, let's see, 45 centimeters, and here we have like 36, and in inches I suppose it's something like 13 inches wide, 19 inches long. I have about 100 grams of coconut oil that I melted in the microwave. Gonna spread a bit. I have probably half of it here. I will not put more because it's so liquid it will fall off. So if it was butter, then you can just butter it and it sticks nicely, but with the coconut oil you have to use it liquid. So what I'm gonna do is spread the sugar, and I have a mixture of brown sugar and white sugar. Brown sugar I chose 40 grams and white sugar 60 grams, so 100 grams in total, but you can mix whatever ratio you want, or you just use brown sugar as you wish. Now I'm gonna spread it, so try to spread it evenly. And now comes the rest of the coconut oil. Next, I have around 200 grams of almonds that were toasted and then just chopped. You can use whatever nuts you want, or you can also use walnuts, pecans, whatever you want as nuts. I'm probably not going to use all of it, and I will leave some to spread on top. We'll see. Depends how wide you spread your dough. So I'm going to leave this much to spread on top. Maybe. We'll see. Right, now we have to roll it. And we go little by little on the long edge. And try to make it tight, but not too tight. And here at the end I would just spread this a bit so it sticks better. I'll make some space here. So with the dental floss, it's really easy to cut. You can measure, decide how many you want and just measure, but I'm gonna eyeball it as usual. It's gonna be something like 5 centimeters. 5 centimeters, which is, I don't know how much, 2.5 inches or something like this. So what you have to do is just get the dental floss underneath at the length that you wish to cut, and then you try to cross it when it gets up like this, and that makes a really nice cut. And then you put it upside down into the tray. Leave some space in between. I don't leave too much because I like them to just fluff up, but if you want them more flat, you can also give more space and flatten them. It's up to you. Nice, right? Okay, we'll leave this to proof. You will see they will get bigger, and in the meantime I will preheat the oven to 180 degrees Celsius, which is 350 Fahrenheit. I'm gonna cover them with a towel just that they don't dry too much, and we'll see you when they get to puff up. They puffed up. They almost filled the tray, so I'm gonna bake them at 180 degrees Celsius, which was 350 Fahrenheit, until they get a bit colored. When that happens, I'm gonna mix this coconut milk, which is 150 grams, with 150 grams of sugar, and I'm gonna boil it so that the sugar dissolves, and then I'll show you what I do with it. I made a syrup with the coconut milk and sugar and some vanilla, and now I'm gonna brush it all over this. And the rest of the almonds on top. And then 10 minutes again in the oven. Ten minutes later. Looks nice. You have to leave it cool down, but it's best to eat it while it's still warm because it has a lot of coconut oil, and coconut oil hardens at room temperature, so better eat it lukewarm, or You can also pop it in the microwave for a few seconds if you eat it, for example, tomorrow morning.